Paintball nerd.
Today's guest on Paintball Nerds Fun 5 started playing paintball in 1986. Back then it was only pro. He's played his entire career as a pro. Started with the Florida Annihilators. Then in the 90s he started Team Rage. From there he went to Aftershock, where he became a staple. And then in the early 2000s he went to the Ironmen. He's got 40 plus pro wins. He plays the 10-man mechanical with the All A's and Aftershock. He's the founder of Extreme Rage Paintball Field and Store. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Mr. Todd Adamson.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Awesome.
How'd you get the name Poopy?
Funny. A couple people asked me that just recently. So it's just a nickname. It was given to me sort of in France when we won the Toulouse 7-man. Pete Robinson, known as Robo to many people, said, he asked me, he came into the hotel room and he had said, hey, are those your drawers? And I said, well, yes, they are. Thank you for asking. He goes, did you have an accident? And I said, no, not today. Oh my God. And he ran out. So he just, Billy, Bruno, and I think Heavy D gave me that nickname.
I feel like that story you just gave me is a fabrication, because I remember another story that involved a porta potty. But we don't have to talk about that story.
It's a term of endearment. I think it's a term of endearment, as they say.
It certainly is. You see what I have in the background there? You see that red jersey?
Yes, I do.
It's a memory. That's a memory that we've had together.
What happened?
We won.
Did we?
Which you do a lot of. You do a lot of winning, don't you?
Winners win.
They do win. According to Rusty Glaze, and you've described him as how'd you describe him?
He's the almanac.
He's the almanac, right? So he says that you have more wins than anyone else, and you're the most winningest person in paintball history. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. He's a pretty knowledgeable guy, and we were in discussions, and then I was talking with Chris Rail, and the system that was created to sort of rank people in track started a little bit, we'll call it mid-season of my tenure. So you may be right. I am as old as dirt. So,
well, I mean, if you look at some of the interviews that I've done in the past, people who are other people's favorite paintball players, you're those people's favorite paintball player. Does that make sense?
No, you lost me completely.
You're the favorite of people's favorites.
I appreciate that, but that's just, I guess, where you had to start from when it started.
What's your favorite memory in paintball, Todd?
Well, I filled up 2.5 passports playing paintball. And people ask me, they said, well, what would you have done if you didn't start playing paintball? And I can't picture. I wouldn't change a thing. I would never, ever change a thing. All the people I have, every country in the world, I know somebody, if we go somewhere and needed something, we could reach out and somebody would be there to help us,
Yeah. You still play internationally?
Yeah, we're going to try to do some stuff this year. Probably the greatest thing for me in paintball is that my wife got into paintball and started playing competitively. Frank Keely Watson asked her to play on the family way back in the day. And she's a very competitive person. She got hooked and she loves it. So obviously, through my entire history of paintball, as I'd said to Alex Frazier and Ryan Greenspan when they beat us at World Cup, and they were, we'll call it teenagers, and I was a middle-aged man. I said, I want to see you maintain and compete when life catches up. What I mean by that is, people, when I started playing paintball in 1986, it was doctors, lawyers, mid to older guys that were well off, that had real staple jobs, made good money. It was expensive to play. And over that history, and it's been the same throughout all people, is, you've got first you'll get married, second you'll have responsibilities, then you have kids, super responsibilities, and paintball, to be as competitive as it takes to win, needs the dedication, and the dedication invades real life space.
For
right?
sure.
So that's been the detriment to a lot of great people that I've seen in paintball, that, you're gone, you're traveling, you're gone, you're traveling, you're missing your kids' stuff. It's huge sacrifices to maintain that highest level of paintball. And Alex and Ryan and Yosh and all those guys that were on that early teams, and there's a ton, just to name those guys. They're able to manage it, but it comes with
only three of them are, like Yosh, Alex, and Ryan are the only ones still in it from the original Dynasty squad. Besides Oliver coming back for that, for World Cup.
Yeah.
You know what Tammy told me?
I don't know.
I asked her, I was like, Tammy, why'd you start playing paintball? And she said, well, she loves paintball, of course, but she goes, well, it's either that or get divorced. Because we were watching that happen all around us, because of the time commitment it takes to compete at the highest level. So, I either thought, I can grow distant from my husband as he travels, or I can go with him. And I thought that was the most badass thing. Like, you have an amazing wife, dude. Like, this is your partner in crime, dude. It's such a gift. And I picture and imagine what that would be like if my wife played paintball with me. That'd be a dream come true. But it's really not in the cards for everyone. It's like, it takes a certain personality. So, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. You're a lucky man. You know that, right?
I'd rather be lucky than good any day.
Yes, sir. I said that quote to someone, they didn't get it. Like, what?
Yeah, it's okay. It's not for everybody.
Where's the best place you've traveled? What's your favorite place to travel to?
Oh, I'd have to say Australia was cool. Michael Wybru's fields were, in that era, ahead of the game for just wildness. Obviously, SC Village, Bear, and Geo's place, they're fantastic. But if you mean traveling, I didn't like
Take
France.
paintball out of it.
Okay, yeah. I didn't like France too much. South America was cool. Caracas and Brazil, and those places.
Like France.
I did well there, and I got a lot of good friends from France that still play today, but it just was, not my thing. Sort of old and musty.
What's your most memorable win out of the 40 plus that you have?
Probably my first World Cup.
What year was that?
I think I was playing. Oh, I have no idea. I was playing. Played the All Americans. I shot like 6 or 7 of them in the prelims, or in the semifinals, and then played the Ironmen.
This is with Shock.
Yeah, with Aftershock. We were wearing blue jerseys. I have no idea, but it was
99, 98.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Rennick was selling the food. I don't know, but it came down. It was Billy Wing, I think. Andy Capcock maybe was on the team and tried to bunker me, or I don't know. It was crazy. It was crazy. It came down, and I was able to shoot them both or something and win the game. And it was big. It was big.
Do you just
But
black out when that happens and you just shoot everyone, and then they're all dead?
Yeah, Death Blossom, 100%.
Yeah, that happened to me at Tennessee a couple months, not too long ago. We played against you, Cap, and you were on the All A's, and it was a 7-on-2, and you won. I hate playing against you. I hate it.
I would hate playing against me.
I hate it because paintballs come out of nowhere. Paintballs come from your ankles, and then they get you. They get you in the face. And how'd that happen? What happened to me? How'd you invent the hip shot? You're famous for that.
Well, all my life of paintball in the early to mid to late years, I was heavier, right? So I was not athletic, but I could go at one speed and play forever, right? Play forever. So non-athletic Todd would get a little tired and winded. So I would just lower the gun down because it's heavy. The guns were heavy back then.
Yeah.
A Halo, a big, an Angel with a 179,000 cubic inch tank on it. So I could shoot 1 trillion pods. I'd have to lower it down.
Stainless steel autococker.
Yeah. So I got, no, never an autococker, automag.
Ugh. Okay.
The best. You mock what you don't understand.
I do understand. Close bolt is more accurate.
At 320?
Well, 320 doesn't matter anymore. You're coast to coast, 320. Did you have the RT automag?
Never. That's stupid.
Never. You knew it. You don't like the bouncy bounce.
Reactive trigger. Dumb. I don't like the bounce.
Yeah. Well, automags are cool. It was either that is automags or autocockers back in the day. Like you picked one, right?
Yeah.
They had some sayings. About automags. I'm not going to say them here. It's not polite, but.
Well, you're a West Coast player, so.
Oh, is that it? So West Coast people were war games, and East Coast was airgun designs. That does make sense.
Tom K.
Mm-hmm.
Need I say more?
You don't. The All A's use automags, splash parts, splash grips, splash rails. I love the splash anodized.
So many accessories. So many. T-stock, remote hose.
Mini mag or classic automag?
No, classic. No mini mag.
You don't like the little shroud thing that looks like a machine gun?
Yeah, what happens when you get shot in it?
Adds weight too. They had the twist lock barrels. So when you inevitably chopped paintballs because they're hard on paintballs, you could clean it out easy. Smart. Hey, so you've played 15-man and 10-man and 5-man and 3-man and X-ball. You've played all the formats. What's your favorite?
In San Francisco, in Vallejo, California, you might know the place. They had a bike and shoot. And I won a $3,000 bike.
What's a bike and shoot? I'm not familiar with this.
Okay, well, you start. You have to pedal through the woods, and you stop. You jump off. You have to shoot 10 targets. Then you pedal, and you go to another section. You have to shoot 10 targets, and then you pedal around. You got to have whoever had the fastest time with the most hits wins.
Yeah, I imagine you would be really good at that.
Not when I was 300 pounds.
Well, you won, right?
That is correct. See what I mean?
What about tournaments, like tournament formats?
What do you mean?
Well, really what I'm getting at is what's better, X-ball or 10-man?
I think if you take, and I think this has been proven just recently as well, if you take an X-ball player that never played 10-man and you put them on a 10-man field and then you sort of critique them and coach them, there's so much more field awareness needed, right? Because there's a lot more targets, a lot more things. Things aren't symmetrical. You have to really think outside the box. X-ball, if I'm a snake player, I got 3 options, maybe 4 options. Number 4 retreat, right? So you got 1, 2, or 3 places you can go to make a move to work off what's happening on the Dorito side or this, that, and the other. But in a 10-man game, you've got many options and many different things are happening. Something bad happened on the far ravine creek side, and you're up on a mountain hill, whatever, right? You can do lots of different things.
So it's the woods. I was telling Kyle Spicker, because Kyle hates the woods, and he didn't.
I love it that Kyle hates the woods, as he should. He doesn't. They mock what they don't understand.
Yeah. Well, he was talking about how Ryan and Alex and Yosh are really good at paintball still, and they're in their 40s.
Yep, the best.
And I told him that they have ancient knowledge. They have ancient secret knowledge that you can only obtain by growing up playing paintball in the woods. Teaches you things. A lot of these new guys, they don't know what a tree drill is.
No, I would play Marty Bush single-handedly, probably the best one-on-one player ever in the game of paintball. And I've played Oliver a trillion times. So if the Florida Annihilators would go to an event, I would literally go find them. And Marty Bush would play me. I'd say, let's go. Hey, let's go play in the woods. And we would play one-on-one in the woods. And he would tree walk me with a butt or pump sniper. And I had an automag or whatever I had at the time. And he would just get, from tree to tree to tree till he's right up on top of me, because that's how accurate he was. And I would either have to die or duck. And as he put me in, he would just do his little West Coast stuff.
Marty Bush was the man.
Yes.
So he would wear you out, sounds like.
Oh, owned me.
Really?
And then in turn, I would own Oliver. So
yeah. So I mean, today we talk about the best players today and stuff like that, and all these guys are great. They're phenomenal paintball players. But I just think, if Todd went out there and played them, he'd just wear those kids out, Paintballs would come from down here. They make great moves and stuff, and they're super athletic, but, you can say it, right? You'd wear those kids out.
I think Oliver proved it best by being on his hiatus retreat to Bali, where he lives, studying the atmosphere. He comes back. He maybe practices 1 or 2 times with the team.
Yeah.
And then he goes and plays and wins.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And does miraculous things. It's because miraculous. It's because his processor can take the information and process it quicker than most people. What I mean by that is he can shoot off the break. It's X-Ball. It's World Cup, right? 2022. Goes up the center to, so he's 50% of the field, reads the information instantly, and can, like I said, in X-Ball, it's simple. There's three things that you got to do to make something happen quickly. And he can assess, did my guys kill the Dorito guy? I'm going to this 50 giant 20-foot brick. Did my guys kill that guy? If they kill that guy, I don't have to worry about him. I can edge inside. Did my snake guys call out that some guy came to the same side against me? Right? So he's on the other side of the bunker. He can analyze that. And if not, they tell him where he's at, maybe a mid can, not all the way up front. And then he'll just put 2 people in. He knows where the other guys are, and he can easily run through. He knows which way the guns are looking. And that's very impactful in this game.
I think that there's a lot less thought process involved. It's like more instinctual. Like when you're dancing, you got some moves, right? When you're dancing, it's like you're not processing a lot of information. It's just letting it fly. You're just like moonwalking out there. So I think when I look at Oliver, I see, yes, he's making the right moves and he's processing information, but it's very much so like the inhibitions are gone and he's very much in the zone and just kind of like going with the flow, and it's a beautiful thing. Who's your favorite?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Let's see. No, right. I'm drinking.
If you can, I mean, people are predictable, right? These people do these drills. They run to the snake. They go to the Doritos. You know, they shoot from the back. They go up the center. People are so predictable. You can almost make them do what you want them to do. And if you can pick their pocket any day of the week if you want to.
You can do the Matrix. You're like the Matrix. You're like Neo with them. Something like that. Who's your favorite teammate of all time?
Wow. Put me on the hot seat.
I'm going to tell you right now, just so we're on the same page. There is only one answer that's acceptable. One answer that's going to make things good tonight. So maybe you can pick a couple.
Yeah, there you go. The beautiful thing about this game is, and I think we just did a pregame for the NXL Lone Star. And the discussion was that, I think Matty Marshall said it, that you're seeing now the teams don't just have all speed and all athleticism, but they're getting some smarts and some older school guys that are reinventing and playing in the game because of the knowledge, right? The closing knowledge, the overall
what they bring, secret knowledge,
ancient secret knowledge, right? So, so I've got to play to answer your question, not to avoid it. I've loved everybody. If you played with me or I asked you to play, I loved everybody that I play with, or I wouldn't have played with them, right?
Yeah.
Win or lose. Obviously, some of my personal best friends are on Aftershock. Billy Stransky, Mike Bruno, Rennick Miller, Gary Noblet. You know, those are lifelong people, right? That we all still to this day communicate and text and mess with each other every day.
Yeah. Well, how about favorite player to watch of all time? They could be retired, they could still be playing today, but who's someone that you just love watching?
Andy Capcock. I love to watch him. He's very evil, and he wants to win. He wants to win at all times. When he's sleeping at 2 a.m., he wants to win. He's a very, very decent player. There's so many. There's so many. You know, Alex, he's phenomenal. Meter's phenomenal. Those guys have the grip on the game.
So you don't have a favorite to watch? To watch?
No.
Because there's so many.
Yeah, because there's so many.
Okay, I'll accept that answer. What's your most cherished paintball item?
Probably, and again, there's so many over the years. I've got all the jerseys, the all-in jersey. I have it.
Yes, that's the right answer.
Yep, I knew you would like that one. 7-man champions. The Hall of Icons green jacket that I just received.
Yeah,
that's a big one. There's a lot of personal stuff. I got Billy's headband. I got
the Kid Mungus or something else.
I'm not at liberty to say that.
Naturally.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that. Put that kind of pressure out.
Exactly.
No. Alex and Ollie wrote a letter when they made me my own Hormesis headband. and it was handwritten. It was from the heart. It had stuff only we know, and it was that's very sentimental.
Yeah.
Because they know, right? They know the history. They know from the beginning. Shane Pastana, I've got his Chimidinga somewhere. So I've got, there's some things out there that are little pride, hidden gems.
Yeah. I've got one of those notes from Alex. It's definitely one of my most prized possessions. It's handwritten, and I'll keep it forever, But you want to see something really cool? You want to see a super, super cool? Cherished something or other?
I'm ready.
You mentioned Shane. I don't even know if you're going to remember this. Do you know what this is?
Yeah. I see it.
It says Shane, right?
Yeah, of course.
You know what this is? This is a drawing. This is a drawing that you made that I've kept for several years. This is probably 20 years old, this drawing. And this was done on a little kids menu at Chewy's. So this is to Shane that you passed, and I acquired this and saved it over the years. So let's analyze this for a second. What does this say? So first, what does that say?
Uh-oh. I can't read it.
It says, "Oh, well, fuck, where am I hit?" And it's a banana with a big hit on his head.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So who's the banana?
I don't know.
What does this say? Okay, so who's this?
Can't see it. I'm sorry.
Okay, so this is Shane with a chainsaw and a palm tree, and it says, "Oh fuck my eye," and then below that it says, "Oh fuck my leg," and it has a gun shooting his leg.
And who's that?
That's Shane.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, and you CC'd Robert Scott on it.
Oh, Rob Scott.
Yeah. That's funny. This is a drawing that you made for Shane, and I commandeered it, and I'm probably gonna sell it on eBay for several $100,000.
At least.
Yeah. You ready for the next one?
Yeah, not really. I don't know since you had that.
So this is for Miko. Okay, this is for Miko Hootinen.
Yep.
And that's also done at Chewy's. And we had a food fight there shortly after these drawings occurred. All right, so let's see what this says. That's Miko with a tank in his hand.
Yep.
And it says, "Eric, shit fucking reg, can't you help me?" And then here's Eric Roberts.
D-Rob.
Look at the note. It says no hair. No hair.
No,
and it says, "Jesus, Miko, my burst discs are in my bag, dude."
Oh boy.
So, yeah.
Oh god.
So these are my prized possessions. I'm probably gonna frame them because they're so good.
That is top shelf.
Yeah, isn't that good?
Oh, idiots.
So, Poop, what advice would you give to a player who wants to be the greatest of all time, get to that level? What would you tell him?
No, you just, I would probably just tell them you got to play all aspects of the game and just try to take everything in. Learn as much as you can, play as much as you can, learn as much as you can. So there was, so I met my wife from her cousin, Larry Whitaker, who is one of my best friends as well. He played on the Florida Annihilators with me, and then on Team Rage, and then a small stint with Aftershock. half a season maybe. And we played together in Florida. There's 52 weeks in a year. I'm thinking out of 6 years, if we missed 10 weekends of not playing at all, that would have been a lot. So we played every second. It's just the way it is. You sharpen the blade by sharpening it. You learn everything. You learn what, it's not necessarily the skill of yourself. It's the knowledge you learn of the other people. Like I said, they're so predictable, and you can make them do. They've only got so many options. So when I'm playing someone, I think exactly what they're thinking, right? So, if we're playing and it's 2-on-1 or whatever, and they're not spread the field, so I know one guy's going to want to spread the field, right, to get the angle. One guy trapped me, the other one. So if they spread the field, then my options, deteriorate, right? So I have to go forward and attack the closest one, or try to just set up for that, that spread or that kind of maneuver, right?
Yeah. It's like chess, right? Like, that one action is going to create a limited number of good outcomes for the other player.
Correct.
Ancient secret knowledge that you have. But Todd, you love paintball.
Yeah, I'm sick. I got problems.
Well, the thing is can you put in the time necessary to be good if you don't love it?
That's true.
Not possible.
No.
You got to love it, right?
Yeah.
You have to love the game. I remember when all the Dynasty guys lived down in San Diego and I lived in San Diego, we would play on the weeknights. Like, just because we loved paintball. It wasn't like there was no, like, practice was not even a term that was like really used. Like, we just went and played paintball. And I think that's what it takes to be good at anything, right? You have to absolutely love it, because the challenges that are inherent with getting to the top would have any rational person just quitting, right?
Yep.
So you got to play a lot of paintball, but in order to do that, you got to love it.
When you buy into paintball, and like I said, when it's extremely expensive back in the day, right? But the number one thing, do you know what's the most valuable thing in the world?
These drawings I have.
They're close. They're close.
Next is persistence.
Is it money?
No. Time,
right? So time is the key. Time. I trade all the money in the world for, another day with my mom, right? Another minute. So time is most valuable, and you have to utilize your time wisely, super wisely. People are always so in tune to, I got to make money or I'm going to starve. I can't eat. I can't feed my kids. I can't feed my family, and I can't buy paintballs, right? Or pay the paintball field or this, that, or the other. But that's not the case, right? So, the prices of things have come down. The industry has broadened and widened. There's more people playing paintball than ever. Recreational wise, father, son, father, daughter. But it takes that sacrifice of that time to really become the best.
Yeah. Speaking of father, daughter, father, son, your daughter's playing paintball.
And my son just played last weekend. He, unbeknownst to me, my wife shipped him his gear bag to Kentucky, where he's living, and he went out and played last weekend. And now he just texted me and said, "Can you ship me a skid of paint up here?" Sure.
Dude, do you know, like, you must know how lucky you are. Like, you must know what a blessing it is to have a passion and have your family share in that passion.
It's key. right? It's
rare. It's such a huge
super,
blessing. Like
it's super rare. It is. It's super rare. And my daughter, you know, she's a very smart student, and you know, all her life has been, you know, professionally dancing in whatever realm or whatever they're doing. And then all of a sudden, you know, she's 18 and says, you know, hey, I want to play paintball. And I was like, my wife tells me, and I'm like, are you crazy? And then she turns her head sideways and said, what if your dad said at when you were 13 that, you know, you couldn't, we're not taking you to the paintball field, or no, you know, you're not getting any money to go to the paintball field or buy paint or whatever. And I looked at her and I said, you're right. You're right. If they want to play paintball, they can play paintball.
Mm.
You know?
Dude, I think I can count on less than one hand how many people have what you have. Paxton and B and BB come to mind. JD and Sarah and Colt and their kids come to mind. Do you know anyone else?
Brad and Rosie, you know.
Brad and Rosie, yep.
But their son is too young, but he will be a baller. There is no doubt.
Yep.
There is no doubt. Yep.
Jen Folk and her husband, I don't know if they have kids yet.
Yep. But we were just saying and talking about families, right? That wives play. You got Al and Monica and their kids, you know. Sierra and Cyan, they're in paintball. They played paintball. But Al and Monty are just, you know, hooked. You know what I mean? There's not a lot, but it's becoming more prevalent because that's the secret ingredient. That's the glue.
Can we conspire together, you and me and Tammy, and get Megan, my wife, to play paintball?
Oh, we could do it.
Yeah, we could do that, right? We could just have Tammy influence her with her influencing skills. And then my dreams will come true.
Could happen.
Poop, what are you most thankful for that paintball has given you?
Oh, all of it. All of it. You know.
It's your life.
It is, you know, and the people that don't know the regular Todd, we have had lots of businesses and have a lot of businesses and a lot of stress and a lot of real life things going on and happening at all, you know, changing, you know. And paintball's been the, you know, the sanity, should I say.
The constant.
Yeah, the constant, very much the constant. Although I did take off, like I said, you know, I think it was end of 07 or early 08 through 2012 in that time, and never, you know, didn't play and didn't do anything in paintball and just did life stuff and business stuff and work stuff.
Then you come back and it's like you never left, right? That's what I experienced.
That's exactly right.
Because the community is so awesome. Yeah. Well, yeah, and playing wise as well. I don't know. I think there are some perishable skill sets in paintball. You get them back, right, with intentionality and practice, but you know, I took 10 years off, and when I tried to dive afterwards, it was not graceful. I used to have really graceful dives.
You impressed me when you went to the 50 in the 5-man in Tampa. I never knew it.
Never knew it. Don't start. I appreciate that. You know, well, the thing is, I was in a position to do such things. You know, a lot of times I'm put back as a shooter, you know, or what have you. But, you know, at that particular moment that you're explaining, it's, you know, there was no one else left to do that particular job. So I just did what what needed to be done. So more of that. I'll do more of that. You just have to put me in the position to do it.
I'll do it. I didn't know you had it in you, but now that I do, like I told you, we'll utilize that hidden hidden. You've been sandbagging that that little skill set from me.
Yeah. Normally I've been, doing the crab walk.
Mm-hmm. Don't make me do another drawing.
I would love another drawing. I'll take a whole portfolio of drawings.
Oh, those have so much. Man, those are. I cannot believe you have those. Well, I don't know what kind of sick individual would even hold on to those. Does your wife even go through your stuff? She finds those. She's going to worry about you.
She actually did find these, and she said, "What are these?" I'm like, "Do not do anything to them. Don't look at them. Don't touch them. These are sacred." I told her these are sacred art pieces, and they really are. So she knows about these, and but right now they're just folded up like this. I don't know if I'm gonna keep them like this, and just carry them around with me everywhere I go, like I always have been, or I'm gonna frame them up. Probably frame them up, make them part of the paintball nerd hall of something or other.
Oh yeah,
groovy. Well, Poop, thank you so much for your time here. Is there anything that you'd like to part with for the paintball community?
No, it's just get out there and play all aspects of the game. The ICPL, play some 10-mans if they're in your area, or any other type of, do something that you don't do regularly in paintball. That's the trick.
Get outside your comfort zone, right?
You gotta test it, even though you don't like it. Give it a shot or two, and then
this is your comfort zone.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah,
So
you can't. If you're inside there, you can't grow, right? You gotta get out. I love it. Cool. Anything else?
Nobody. I'll see you in 2 days.
See you in 2 days, man. I appreciate you.
See you, buddy.